Welcome back again into this space. Here is where the love of Africa reigns. Africa ni nyumbani. Africa is home, as we do always and as we say always. I believe African leaders and African politicians, they don't know what it means by having power or by being powerful. They can't give the definition of leadership. They don't understand what power really is. They really don't understand that. And I want to show you what power is. Because, a lot of people think that power is maybe having a lot of money, or rather driving big cars and having respect from everybody. That is their definition of power. But according to Ibrahim Traoré, that is not power. Power is something else very different. It's the things we talk about here in African Streamline every day. And this is the most powerful power you can ever have. I want you to watch this video, and you will, after watching this video, by the end of this video, you will understand what power is. Let's watch the video.
In a continent often plagued by the burdens of corrupt governance, opulence and inefficiency, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, president of Burkina Faso, stands out as a transformative leader. At just 35 years old, he is the youngest president in both Africa and the world. His governance style has earned him admiration as one of the most hard-working leaders in Africa, even as he is paradoxically ranked among the continent's poorest presidents. Traoré's leadership is a masterclass in humility, sacrifice and bold reforms aimed at reshaping Burkina Faso's future. This comprehensive exploration delves deep into his lifestyle, reforms, governance philosophy, military background and his vision for Africa. While many African leaders are synonymous with extravagance and personal gain, Captain Ibrahim Traoré has chosen a starkly different path. He embodies humility, living and leading with a sense of purpose that prioritizes the welfare of his people over personal comfort or luxury. Unlike his counterparts who own fleets of luxury cars, custom-made suits and private jets, Traoré's official vehicle is a modest 2011 pickup truck. He consciously avoids indulgence, redirecting resources toward impactful national initiatives. For instance, rather than upgrading his vehicle or personal comforts, he allocated funds to procure mobile health vehicles, enabling doctors to reach remote villages and provide emergency care. This frugality is not a sign of necessity, but a reflection of his belief that leadership must be service-oriented. Traoré's choices challenge the entrenched culture of extravagance in African governance, demonstrating that progress comes from prioritizing the people over personal luxuries. Traoré went a step further in his selfless leadership by refusing to accept the standard presidential salary. Instead, he opted to be paid as a regular soldier, emphasizing his solidarity with the everyday citizens and his commitment to reducing the economic disparity between the government elite and the general population. In addition, he implemented a 30% reduction in the salaries of ministers, redirecting these funds to developmental initiatives. Simultaneously, he increased workers' wages by 50%, addressing economic inequalities and ensuring better living conditions for the majority of Burkina Faso's population. Captain Traoré's leadership is not only marked by humility, but also by transformative reforms that have set Burkina Faso on a path of self-reliance and economic development. Burkina Faso is one of the world's largest gold producers. Yet, for decades, it lacked a domestic refinery, exporting raw gold to Europe for processing and losing substantial economic value in the process. Recognizing this inefficiency, Traoré commissioned the construction of a gold refinery. This initiative aims to retain wealth within the country, create thousands of jobs, and significantly boost the national economy. By focusing on value addition and self-reliance, Traoré has laid the groundwork for long-term economic sovereignty. Another glaring inefficiency Traoré addressed was Burkina Faso's reliance on imported tomato paste, despite being a significant exporter of raw tomatoes. To tackle this, he initiated the construction of a tomato processing plant. This facility will produce food products locally, reduce dependency on imports, create jobs, and enhance food security. The plant is emblematic of Traoré's commitment to leveraging Burkina Faso's resources for the benefit of its people. Healthcare is a cornerstone of Traoré's vision for Burkina Faso. He has commenced the construction of an $80 million world-class hospital to provide advanced medical care to the population. This facility, developed in partnership with the private sector, reflects Traoré's focus on efficient and sustainable public services. In this month alone, Traoré inaugurated 2 factories designed to generate billions of dollars in revenue and create thousands of jobs. These facilities are part of a broader strategy to industrialize Burkina Faso and reduce its dependency on foreign aid and imports. Traoré's governance philosophy is deeply rooted in the principles of accountability, humility, and service to the people. His actions consistently reflect his belief that leadership is a responsibility, not a privilege. Traoré has repeatedly emphasized that the government belongs to the people. He has openly supported citizens' right to protest, even against his own administration, highlighting his belief in accountability and the importance of public opinion. His willingness to engage with dissent and criticism is a sharp departure from the authoritarian tendencies often seen in African leadership. This openness fosters trust and strengthens the bond between the government and the people. By reducing ministerial salaries and redirecting funds to public projects, Traoré has demonstrated a commitment to fiscal discipline and efficient governance. His administration's focus on cutting excesses sets a new standard for leadership in Africa. Traoré's rise to power is deeply intertwined with his military career, marked by acts of courage and strategic leadership. In 2014, during a deployment to Mali under the United Nations peacekeeping mission, Traoré displayed extraordinary bravery in the face of a complex militant attack in Timbuktu. His leadership during this mission earned him respect within military circles and showcased his ability to inspire confidence under pressure. Since becoming president, Traoré has prioritized rebuilding Burkina Faso's military to counter terrorist threats. The country has faced years of insurgency from al-Qaeda-backed groups, leaving its military severely weakened. Under Traoré's leadership, many young citizens have joined the armed forces, motivated by a renewed sense of patriotism. Additionally, he has sought security partnerships, including assistance from Russia, to strengthen Burkina Faso's defenses and reclaim territories lost to insurgents. On the global stage, Traoré has become known for his bold critiques of African dependency on foreign aid and the influence of imperialist powers. At the 2023 Russia-Africa Summit, Traoré delivered a powerful speech condemning the culture of dependency among African leaders. He called on his peers to prioritize the needs of their people over appeasing foreign powers. His remarks, including a critique of African leaders who act as puppets of imperialists, resonated deeply across the continent. By advocating for self-reliance and economic independence, Traoré has positioned himself as a transformative figure in African politics. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's leadership transcends Burkina Faso. His vision for self-reliance, humility, and transformative governance offers a roadmap for a new era of African leadership. In a continent often marred by corruption and inefficiency, Traoré's example challenges the status quo. His focus on service, sacrifice, and accountability sets a powerful precedent for future leaders. His question, whether it is better to be poor and hardworking or rich and ineffective, captures the essence of his leadership. For him, the answer is clear. True leadership lies in serving the people and prioritizing their welfare. As Burkina Faso moves forward under his guidance, Captain Ibrahim Traoré's legacy is already taking shape. He has not only transformed his nation, but also inspired a new generation of leaders across Africa to embrace humility, vision, and integrity. His leadership stands as a testament to the transformative power of service and a beacon of hope for a brighter, self-reliant Africa. Captain Ibrahim Traoré's approach is a stark departure from the norm in African leadership. In a continent where many leaders prioritize personal enrichment and international optics, Traoré's humility, pragmatism, and focus on tangible outcomes set him apart. His actions demonstrate that true leadership is not about accumulating wealth or flaunting power, but about serving the people and prioritizing their needs. From declining his presidential salary and reducing ministerial pay to launching critical infrastructure projects and defending citizens' rights, Traoré embodies a refreshing brand of leadership. His willingness to make personal sacrifices, coupled with his strategic vision for Burkina Faso, not only underscores his commitment to his people, but also challenges the entrenched status quo of governance in Africa. As Burkina Faso continues to navigate the challenges of insurgency and economic development, Traoré's presidency serves as a powerful reminder that genuine leadership is measured by its impact on the people, not by the luxuries it affords. His example forces us to reconsider what it truly means to lead, and whether being poor in material wealth is in fact a richer legacy. Captain Ibrahim Traoré represents a new wave of African leadership that prioritizes action and humility over wealth and spectacle. His choice to forego luxury in favor of investing in critical infrastructure, such as mobile health units, underscores his commitment to improving the lives of ordinary citizens, while his peers indulge in lavish lifestyles to project their perceived success. Traoré has demonstrated that true leadership lies in serving the people, not in flaunting material wealth. This contrast invites deeper reflection. Should leadership be measured by one's riches or by the tangible impact on the lives of citizens? Traoré's example suggests the latter. His presidency challenges the status quo and redefines what it means to lead in a continent often marred by corruption and excess.
Welcome back again. The biggest problem we have in Africa is when we don't understand what power is. You think by having a lot of money, by walking all around Africa, maybe the country, all around the country, and giving people money, donating money, that is when you have power. We think power is having more than other people. That is what we think. But according to Ibrahim Traoré, power is when you work for the people and people love you. The moment people love you, you become so powerful to an extent nobody can actually dislocate you from the throne. When people love you, when you work for the people, when you do when you make the people who voted for you into the government, when you make them happy, when you provide food for the children, when you provide jobs for your youths, that is when you become more powerful. It's not by walking with big cars, with the luxury stuffs. Walking around driving 150 cars, that's not being powerful. Having money in banks in Dubai, banks in Bangkok, banks in England, banks in the United States full of your money, that's not having power. Because the day comes when you'll be no more. And all these things, you will leave them into this world. All those money, you'll not go with them into your grave. All the cars you're driving around, when people are crying in the streets, when mothers are crying because they cannot feed their children, when children are sleeping on the streets because they don't have homes to go, when they cannot go to school because they cannot afford school fees. That is not power. Power is when you help people, is when you wipe the tears of a mother who is crying by providing a solution for that mother in the village or wherever he is, wherever she is. That is power now. That is acquiring power. Acquiring power is not buying 50 cars every day. But by working for your people is when you get power. By working for your people. Because the moment your people love you, you become more powerful because nobody will even touch you. Nobody will even try to mess up with you because people will stand in that position that you are standing. How many times have we seen people having a lot of money but they die? But people who do good to others, God keeps them. God keeps those people. And that means those people are very powerful. African leaders, they have invested so much. They have focused so much on keeping money, storing money, banking money. They borrow money, they keep it for them. They have focused so much on building themselves. They have forgotten there are people out here who need to be helped by them. You get into government, you become a different person. You just become something else. What do you want for God's sake? It is very bad when someone cries and you know you are the person who is supposed to help this kind of a person who is crying, but you have kept quiet and you have the ability to help this person. But the ability, potential, and capability you have, you're not using it to help this person. And one day God will question you. Let us make a change and start doing what is right. Because if we don't do what is right, then we are messing up big time. We are messing up big time. You see, everything that Ibrahim Traoré is doing, the work that he is doing, that is now power. That is leadership. Providing solutions for the problems that are arising in Burkina Faso, that is now leadership. Providing solutions for people who don't know what to do. They don't know where to start from. They don't know where to finish from. That is leadership. He is a very good example of leadership. He is a true definition of leadership. You're calling yourself a leader, but there is nothing you've ever done to your community since you started being a leader. There is nothing you've ever done to your community since you started being a leader. You're calling yourself a leader. That is very bad. Sincerely, a life like this needs to change. A life like that we are living as Africans, as black people, as black brothers and sisters, we need to change from it. And you know what? We shall keep on injecting. We shall keep on talking about this. We shall keep on repeating the same things time and again until a change comes. If you leaders, who you're calling yourself leaders, you politicians, you African politicians, the so-called leaders in quotes, but you're not leaders, you're thieves. We are going to eliminate you from those seats to take you home, to chase you from those from those leadership you are in, and put there other people who can liberate Africa. Because you're messing Africa, you're killing Africa, you're sinking Africa into a deep sea where nobody will be able to fish us out. We don't want to get there. We want a life where we can live freely. We want a life where we can live well. That is what we want. Life is difficult for Africans right now. Africans are crying. Children are crying. Mothers are crying. And the problem is you. Leaders. The so-called leaders. The politicians who are greedy. The politicians who are corrupt. You just want to have a lot of money to gather money for yourself. Carrying money in briefcases. Carrying money in sacks. Carrying money in lorries. You're going with that money. You're putting the money somewhere. There was a time South African president was found with money in a land. He has digged money inside what is that? Which kind of leadership is that? That is not power, and that is not leadership. The things you've seen Ibrahim Traoré doing, that is what we call leadership, and that is power. For a very short time, that young man has done a lot of things. He has done some things that even when we collect African leaders, all of them, all the 54 remaining, we put them together and their resolutions and their achievements is not even equal to what Ibrahim Traoré has done in 2 years. Your work is just to steal money from people, allocating taxes, raising taxes. And those taxes, they're not helping Africans. They're helping yourselves. You're collecting taxes in the name of you're going to build countries. But the same countries you're going to build with the taxes you're collecting, they remain the same over and over again. There is no change. You think we are fools? We are not fools. We have woken up from the sleep we've been in. We've been sleeping for quite some time, believing maybe a time will come when you are going to change. But you have seen you guys cannot change. So we are going to do it our way. We're going to do it our way. Kenyan Beast says an African way. Injecting an African way, speaking an African way, liberating an African way. We shall do it ourselves. We are praying for more people like Ibrahim Traoré to rise up. And then we see how you're going to take it. We see where you guys are going to hide. Because at the end of the day, Africa must have its freedom back. Africa must live freely. You cannot do that. You can't really do that. A time has come when we need to have a change. And that change has started with Sir Ibrahim Traoré, the African king, the African president. And we are praying every day that many other people like Ibrahim Traoré will arise and we shall liberate Africa. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for those who are watching and for those who are supporting. My brothers and sisters, African brothers and sisters from Africa and from Caribbean and from diaspora, I love you guys so much. I have a lot of love for you people. May God guide you and protect you and lead you and give you strength as we are looking forward to liberate the continent of Africa, the motherland. Africa is home. Africa ni nyumbani. Anything that concerns Africa concerns us as Africans. I love you all. Adios. Adios.